Praise God and amen. And the verse that I'll be referencing comes from Psalms chapter 105, verse 1. And it reads, "Oh, give thanks to the Lord, call upon his name, make known his deeds among the peoples." It's the many different ways you can give that thanks to God, whether it's verbally, whether you just have a thought about it, whether you say a quick prayer to yourself or say a prayer to others. It could be when you bless your food before you eat it. So many ways that we can lift our voices up and give thanks to God. It's an active choice. It's intentional. An example I can give you is you wake up before the alarm goes off. You have your alarm set for, let's say, 6 a.m., but you were up all night last night, the night before. And you stayed up. Maybe you had an event you had to go to, but you didn't get enough sleep. Well, before the alarm went off, you woke up at 5:30 a.m. Some of us, in that moment where we know that we don't have to wake up or our alarm is not set until another 30 minutes, we will get upset. We will curse. We will try our best to hold on to that sleep. We will do everything we can to get that extra 30 minutes. And it wasn't the alarm that woke us up. It was God. Now, in that moment, like I just said, you have to be intentional, change your perspective. I know for a fact, I'm just going to say it, I have never, when that has happened and I'm tired before my alarm went off, and instead of being upset and trying to capture some more sleep and lay there thinking I'll fall asleep and get back into that good deep sleep, not once have I thanked God for waking me up. Not once. Not one time did I say, you know what, God, even though you woke me up, not my alarm, you woke me up right now, 30 minutes before I wanted to wake up. And we really should be thanking God for doing that. I don't know if, I think it's the late Tupac who says sleep is the cousin of death. Don't quote me on that. Somebody said it. And I'm not a doctor, but I think there's some correlation, like there's this fine line between sleep and death, even when you're going to get surgery, the anesthesia or whatever. But when you sit and really sit with that thought about how God wakes you up and how miraculous that is to experience life, because not everybody wakes up. There are people who actually pass away in their sleep. They don't get that wake up where they're waking up before the alarm goes off. And so that's one way that you can change your frame and think about, you know what? Even though my alarm was supposed to go off in 30 minutes, I'm up right now. Let me thank God, because he didn't have to do it. He did not have to wake me up to see this beautiful day. He did it on purpose, just for me, because he wanted me to be here. So you know what, God? Thank you for waking me up, because this is the day that you have made, and I'm going to get up out of bed and enjoy it and just go off into my day knowing that I am covered by the grace of God who woke me up. And he didn't even have to. Woke me up before my alarm, before I even set myself to wake up. That's how good God was to me. He wanted to give me an extra 30 minutes to enjoy this beautiful day he's created for me. Mindset. That's how you need to think about things. That's how you should frame it and be intentional about the perspective on how you want to choose to go into any situation. It's all about your mindset. And when you have that mindset of gratitude, of thankfulness, of faithfulness, it's not going to be hard for you to find that silver lining or how it's going to benefit you, because you are just so in tune with God and your relationship with him is that strong and you trust him to that extent. You're not upset about it. You know that it's going to work out for whatever reason. You may not understand it right now, but you know it serves a purpose. It's for your good. So you don't question it. You don't get upset. You just go along with it and just keep on going. That's one way that we can actively choose gratitude in moments where we're not following our plan. So that alarm clock, I think that was a good example. Now, also, once we decide to just give thanks to God, it gives us a closer connection to God. It makes our bond with God stronger. It causes us to see him in everything we do. How often we go throughout the day, we're seeing God show up in ways that we never even paid attention to or noticed. When you're focused on God, you see God everywhere. In the laughter of a joke, or someone trying to make someone smile, or even simply you arrive at a four-way stop sign and a person waves you across even though you had the right of way. That's God showing you that, hey, people are still kind, decent, courteous, and we're all out here just trying to do our best in this world, and there's no need for the negativity. There's no need to be mean and belligerent. We're all trying to do our best. And you never know what, at any given time, what a person is going through or what they had to conquer to just get to the point where they can muster up the energy to even come outside and interact with the world. So give God thanks for that. The part of the verse where it says, make known his deeds among the people. How are you sharing to the people how good God has been to you? Are you giving a testimony? Are you telling others, like, hey, guess what? Look what God did this for me today. God did it. Do you share that? Because it states right here in Psalms chapter 105, verse 1. Oh, give thanks to the Lord. Call upon his name. Make known his deeds among the peoples. Why would you want to keep everything that God has done for you to yourself? Why would you not want to share the word, spread it, let people know how good God is, show them, like, you see this change in me. You see how I have just, been happy. And you notice there's just a glow up. That is God working in my life, and he can do it for you too. Yeah, it's possible. And some people will say, when you talk too much about, yourself and what you've got going on, it could be seen as bragging. But I like to frame it as me bragging about how great God is, because none of this comes from me. It's all God. Everything that we have, everything that we are blessed with is God's goodness. So we can't take the credit for it. But what we can do is let everyone know who gave it to us, where it comes from, how we got it, how we got to this point, how the change occurred, how it was God's grace and mercy that got us to this point where it's like, this is what you see now. I know you saw something else then, but now this is God's miraculous work exemplified in the flesh, manifested. And they can't help but just be like in awe, especially if it's something so drastic. And usually when that happens, the person who has gone through that transformation, they can't thank God enough. They can't stop talking about it. It's all that they can just think of. It takes God using you as an example to others of how great he is. He will take you down so low just so he can bring you up to this high point. So it was nobody but God. And they know it's nobody but God. Because they witnessed it. They witnessed firsthand the transformation. And they saw how hard it was. They saw how just out of nowhere it was like night and day. And they know it was something you struggled with. It'll be your testimony. You can tell them about God, like it says in this Psalms 105, verse 1. Let the people know of his deeds. Share it. And that's why sometimes when I make my post, many of you will get in the comments and thank God for what he's done for you. And that's so great. I want to thank you all for sharing that, because you don't have to do so. And your relationship with God is personal. But the fact that you do want to share that and let the world know and spread God's message of love and faithfulness and show how his grace and mercy has impacted you, your family, your loved ones, it goes a long way. There are people who don't believe in God, or there are people who do believe in God, but their faith is lacking. So you never know how your story could be that one thing that brings someone closer to God, renews their faith in God, or even gives them an example of how great God is and they didn't believe it at all. Thank you so much for sharing your testimonies in the comments. I really appreciate it. The benefits of having a grateful heart and giving thanks to God is when you know that God is in control and you fully trust him, like 100,000%, you trust God, you're stress free. It's like you are just going through life floating. You don't have a care in the world. God has shown you over and over and over, he's got you. So you don't even second guess it anymore. If something doesn't go the way you planned, your first inclination is to say, you know what, God got me. I've gone through this before. Things didn't work out and go the way I wanted them to go, but it went even better. Or God redirected me, or God was protecting me. I don't know what's going on. All I know is this is not my plan, but it is God's will. So I'm going to let go and let God and sit back and go on this journey of life while he takes the wheel and drives me on this destination. And you just relax. Take it easy. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to figure it out. It's God. He's in control and he's going to take good care of you like he always has. So having that faith and just trusting him completely, it's like a weight has been lifted off of you. You can see it. I don't know if you've ever noticed the tension that can be in people's faces when they're going through a rough time versus how this, like, it just relaxes and it's like they were able to exhale and not hold on and be so tense and just not knowing, trying to brace themselves for what can come, but not knowing when it's going to come. But when you believe in God and have that faith, you don't have to do that because, whatever comes your way, it doesn't stand against God. So you're stress free. Once you decide to trust God and be the best version of yourself, he's going to give you what you need to do that. He's going to direct your path to cross with people who can help you mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. He's going to bring you someone, something, everything you need, when you need it, how you need it, right on time. So if you're thinking about, you know what, I need to get healthy, I'm getting older, I want to eat right, I want to work out, but I don't know what I can do with I got a bad knee and I don't know how to cook. I don't know. What does it say in the Bible? Seek and ye shall find. So you start seeking and going in that direction, he's gonna bring it to you. It's gonna meet you. It's gonna come to you. Long as you start going out in that direction of where it is, you're gonna meet. And even with the cooking, especially now on Facebook, the social media, you can find a recipe for anything. You can find all types of people cooking all types of delicious dishes that fit your lifestyle, your diet, whatever restrictions you have. It's out there. There is something for everyone. And God has blessed so many people with so many different gifts that will fill a need and a void for so many people out there. It's available to you. And another thing is it increases your joy and contentment, which goes back to being at peace and not stressful. When you are really, truly trusting God and knowing he is in control, you have such peace of mind. I mean, it is amazing. It just feels like every day you just lay back, sitting on the porch, watching the sun set or rise, whichever you prefer, on a nice beach, listening to the ocean, the waves, the birds. It's like this peace that you could never ever get from anything else. And once you get to that point where you are so content and you don't feel like you're constantly chasing or searching for anything, it it just feels like everything is in place. Like, this is where I'm supposed to be. And that's when you are fully engaged in your purpose. Because a lot of times when you're out here searching or looking or trying to find something, it's like you don't feel fulfilled. And it's like you don't know what your purpose is. But when you find that, it feels good. Because I finally am in that stage of my life right now. And I have never, ever felt just so secure, so safe. The fear is gone. And for those of you who have been on this page for a while, I every year for like New Year's, I don't know if I did it New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, a few days after, I would say what my resolutions were. And I don't know if it was last year or a few years before. One of them was, I want to be fearless. And since I have like strengthened my relationship with God and completely put my full faith and trust into Him, that has come to pass. Now I don't stress about anything. What if it's something I want to do, if it's something I want to try, I walk in faith. Like, I run in faith now. I don't tiptoe. I'm not straddling the fence. I'm not trying to keep one foot on land before I step out and try to walk on water. I dive in. I'm running because that's how strong my faith has gotten. That's how much I realize, I'm doing and living what I want, what fills me up, what brings me joy. And I can see how it's impacting people around me. And like how I spoke about earlier, others can see the change in me. So it's like a full circle moment, and it feels good. It really feels good. And I know that the path that I'm on, the direction I'm going, I'm not going to fail. It's not going to happen. I may hit a bump in the road. I may learn something, but failure, when you got God, you don't fail. God wins at everything. And God, if God is a winner and you're created in His image, you're a winner too. So these are a few ways that we can, give thanks to God, call upon His name, and let Him know that we are forever faithful to Him, not just on this Faithful Friday, but every day, every chance we get, every second that we have to take a moment and just marvel at how great His works are and how much He's done for us and the grace and mercy He shows us, because He doesn't owe us this. He doesn't owe us any of this. But because He loves us, we have it every day, all day. Even when you're crossing the street or you go to the store, you're pumping gas. Grace and mercy everywhere, surrounding you. Every time you make it home back to your loved ones, your family, to your bed, to watch your television and enjoy life, grace and mercy got you back. So thank God. Give Him the praise, give Him the glory, thank Him. So I hope this message was helpful. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel at I am Jamila Naila. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. And thank you to everyone who is following the page. I appreciate all the support. And be on the lookout for my website that I'm updating. I have some new products I'm going to be rolling out here soon, and some freebies, some free downloads that I hope you all like. So I'll be getting you that information shortly. I'm working on it. Thank you all. and thank God and take care. And I'll see you soon. God bless.